coming. All good. You'll all be glad to know that his discomfort as king is short-lived for you. What else can you say about Len that hasn't been? You can't hear me? Yeah. What else can you say about Len that hasn't been said by someone else tonight, or by him about himself at some point? I know what his beloved Arlene, God rest her soul, would say. And some of you will appreciate this. He's different. You got to hit the eye roll there. Amen. Very unusual. But I will say this, whatever Len is, and wherever he is, he's participating, not spectating. That's not to say he's incapable of spectating, because he's got a pretty keen eye for the ladies. And I can assure you that that big blob of keys that he's carrying around with him are not to the vending machines at the farm. But the guy's really smart, really smart. He's got an IQ of 200, 300, something like that, but he's probably already told you that. But you know, IQ really doesn't measure intellectual capacity. It's more about how much you remember about your life's experiences. And this guy has a mind like a steel trap. We all know that. He never forgets anyone he's met, primarily because he spends the first 30 minutes or so grilling them on everything but the location of their birthmark. I call him the Great Triangulator, and I was reminded of this by Lenny's comment about the grocery store. It's really funny because I had the exact same analogy in mind. What's the first thing that he says to you when he met you for the first time? What was the first thing he said to you? Where are you from?
You're gorgeous.
I'm sorry, Emily, you're right. If you're a woman, that's the first thing. But then he's off and running. So I had the same analogy. I had in my mind that before he can get through the checkout at Piggly Wiggly, he's discovered that the cashier's brother-in-laws, ex-uncles, wives, cousins, pediatrician, somebody he knows. And then the very next day he'll say, you know the cashier at the Piggly Wiggly? We're very good friends. Y'all have all heard that. After I picked Carolyn up on our second date, and our first date was somewhat clandestine, but after I picked her up on the second date, which was the first time I met Len, I left feeling like I had been cleared for CIA security. But he best remembers that night because I was taking Carolyn to a wedding in which I was a groomsman, which was 3 of the first 4 dates I had with Carolyn. And Arlene had to rescue me by sewing a button on my tuxedo shirt. And no one has known until this day that I purposely unraveled the thread of that button to enlist her aid. Because I knew that, like Tonto, she would ever after feel responsible for me. And if she took me in, everybody else would come along. And that's what happened. They've both been wonderful to me, treated me as their own. So nowadays, I just try to repay his kindness by protecting him from his dog. But he has an almost masochistic penchant. Sometimes the best I can do is just mop up his blood. He's tough as a little rhino, and he just smiles and keeps coming back for more. Anyone who knows Len knows that the 2 things most important to him are relationships and success. And who here can doubt his success at building relationships when he routinely delivers such classic lines of diplomacy as, I'm impressed. I never thought you'd do so well. Or I remember you when you were skinny. Isn't it ironic that such words that win the hearts of his devoted fans are also the reason I have to protect him from his daughter? As I said, Len is a bona fide life participant, and he's refused to be cheated into living it. But for all his professional success and personal accomplishment, his large, happy, healthy, loving family, and the enormous number of friends such as you are his greatest success and all that any of us can hope for. So Len, thanks for showing me what great father-in-laws look like. I can only hope to be close to that example. So one more time,